I came home late with grease on my hands and hope in my pocket. I got extra hours, I said. We'll be fine this month. Karen didn't look up. You're always saying that. David sat at the table, eyes on his phone. I waited for him to say something. He didn't. Did you eat? I asked. Karen laughed. Eat with what money? I'll cover it, I said. I always do. She slammed the cabinet. You think you're some hero? I'm trying, I said. That's not nothing. David finally spoke. Lower your voice. I felt heat rise. I work all day, Dad. I just wanted... Don't call him that, Karen snapped. The word cut me. What? She turned, face red. Don't call him Dad. David's jaw tightened. He still didn't look at me. Why are you saying this? I asked. What did I do? Karen pointed at me. You exist. That's what. I laughed because it felt unreal. You're mad about dishes again? You're not my son, she yelled. You never were. The room went quiet. Stop, I said. That's not funny. You were adopted, she said. We took you in. Be grateful. My ears rang. No, you're lying. David stood up. Karen, enough. I looked at him. Tell her to stop. He rubbed his face. Sit down. So it's true? I asked. Say it's not. Silence answered me. My chest burned. All those birthdays, all those lies. Karen crossed her arms. We fed you, clothed you. I was your kid, I said. I called you Mom. She scoffed. You should thank me. I stepped closer to David. You knew? He nodded once. Yes. When? I asked. Always, he said. The word broke me. Why didn't you tell me? It didn't matter, he said. You had a roof. I had a name, I said. Or was that fake too? Karen waved a hand. Don't be dramatic. I laughed again, hollow. My whole life is dramatic now. David sighed. You're grown. You'll survive. So I'm nothing? I asked. Karen said, you were a favor. I felt small. I loved you. She looked away. Don't. I grabbed my jacket. Where are the papers? David frowned. What papers? The truth, I said. Give it to me. Karen opened a drawer and tossed an envelope. There. I caught it. My hands shook. That's it? That's all, she said. I looked at them. I deserve better. David said quietly, life isn't fair. I walked to the door. Neither were you. Karen shouted, don't come back. I paused. I never belonged anyway. Outside, the night air hit hard. I sat in my car, envelope on my lap, heart pounding. Who am I? I whispered. The house stayed dark. No one followed. I pulled over down the street and called David. Please, I said, just talk to me. He answered. I need answers, I said. Go sleep somewhere. Who gave me away? That's not my problem, he said. It was when you raised me, I said. Karen grabbed the phone. Stop. I'm drowning, I said. You'll get over it, she said. Beep. I hung up and opened the envelope. Names stared back at me. Dates that weren't mine. So this is me, I whispered. I drove until the gaslight blinked and parked. Before tonight, I said, I was someone. I stepped out, folded the papers, and walked into the dark, knowing my life had split in two. My phone buzzed once, then went silent. I waited anyway. Say you're sorry, I told the night. No answer came. I laughed, tired and small. Fine, I said. I'll find the truth myself. I started the engine, feeling the old life fall behind me as the road opened ahead. I drove on, heart shaking, learning how fast love turns cold when truth finally demands a price from me. I slept in my car behind a closed grocery store.
You're not my son, Karen's voice kept replaying. I covered my ears. It didn't help. On the third night, I said out loud, I won't let this stay a lie. I waited until their house went quiet the next afternoon. Just answers, I told myself. Then I'll go. The back door creaked. Still my home, I whispered. I moved fast. Bedroom, desk, files. My hands shook as I pulled drawers open. Where would you hide me? In the study, I froze. Tax folders, I said. Of course. Behind them sat a thin envelope. Please, I muttered. Please be nothing. It wasn't nothing. I opened it. Adoption record, I read. Male. Born. The name hit me hard. Ethan Blackwood. That's not me, I said. I checked again. That's not my name. Dates matched. My birth date stared back. So I was someone else. My chest tightened. Why hide this? Footsteps outside made me flinch. I stuffed the papers into my jacket. I'm sorry, I whispered to the room, then slipped out. In my car, I stared at the name. Ethan Blackwood, I said. Who are you? I searched online. Nothing useful. Then I'll ask the source. The adoption agency smelled like old paper. I need records, I said at the desk. The woman looked up. Name? My name, I said, then paused. Ethan Blackwood. Her eyes flicked to the door. Please sit. I followed her into a small office. I was adopted, I said. I need details. She folded her hands. Those files are sealed. Why? I asked. I'm right here. She sighed. Some adoptions are complicated. My life is complicated, I said. Talk to me. She studied my face. You didn't know? No, I said. They told me last week, like a weapon. She winced. I'm sorry. Who gave me up? I asked. Why? I can't answer that, she said. I leaned forward. You recognize the name. She hesitated. I've seen it. So say more, I said. Please. Her voice dropped. I shouldn't. Am I in danger? I asked. She looked away. Not anymore. That doesn't help, I said. She opened a drawer and slid a folder halfway out, then pushed it back. There are people who didn't want you found. By who? I asked. She shook her head. Stop digging. I laughed softly. Everyone keeps saying that. She met my eyes. For your own good. I lost my family, I said. Don't protect me with silence. She softened. You were protected. From what? I asked. She stood. I can confirm the name, that's all. I stood too. Then I'll find the rest myself. She handed me a card. If someone calls you, answer. Who? I asked. She paused. Someone important. I walked out with my heart racing. They hid me, I said. But why? In the car, I touched the papers. Ethan Blackwood, I whispered. You're me. My phone buzzed with a missed call from an unknown number. I stared at it. This isn't over, I said. I drove off, fear mixing with resolve. Whatever they buried, I told myself, I'm digging it up. I slept in my car behind a closed grocery store. You're not my son, Karen's voice kept replaying. I covered my ears. It didn't help. On the third night, I said out loud, I won't let this stay a lie. I waited until their house went quiet the next afternoon. Just answers, I told myself. Then I'll go. The back door creaked. Still my home, I whispered. I moved fast. Bedroom, desk, files. My hands shook as I pulled drawers open. Where would you hide me? In the study, I froze. Tax folders, I said. Of course. Behind them sat a thin envelope. Please, I muttered. Please be nothing. It wasn't nothing. I opened it. Adoption record, I read. Male. Born. The name hit me hard. Ethan Blackwood. That's not me, I said. That's not my name. I checked again. Dates matched. My birth date stared back. So I was someone else. My chest tightened. Why hide this? Footsteps outside made me flinch. I stuffed the papers into my jacket. I'm sorry, I whispered to the room, then slipped out. In my car, I stared at the name. Ethan Blackwood, I said. Who are you? I searched online. Nothing useful. Then I'll ask the source. The adoption agency smelled like old paper. I need records, I said at the desk. The woman looked up. Name? My name, I said, then paused. Ethan Blackwood. Her eyes flicked to the door. Please sit. I followed her into a small office. I was adopted, I said. I need details. She folded her hands. Those files are sealed. Why? I asked. I'm right here. She sighed. Some adoptions are complicated. My life is complicated, I said. Talk to me. She studied my face. You didn't know? No, I said. They told me last week, like a weapon. She winced. I'm sorry. Who gave me up? I asked. Why? I can't answer that, she said. I leaned forward. You recognize the name. She hesitated. I've seen it. So say more, I said. Please. Her voice dropped. I shouldn't. Am I in danger? I asked. She looked away. Not anymore. That doesn't help, I said. She opened a drawer and slid a folder halfway out, then pushed it back. There are people who didn't want you found. By who? I asked. She shook her head. Stop digging. I laughed softly. Everyone keeps saying that. She met my eyes. For your own good. I lost my family, I said. Don't protect me with silence. She softened. You were protected. From what? I asked. She stood. I can confirm the name, that's all. I stood too. Then I'll find the rest myself. She handed me a card. If someone calls you, answer. Who? I asked. She paused. Someone important. I walked out with my heart racing. They hid me, I said. But why? In the car, I touched the papers. Ethan Blackwood, I whispered. You're me. My phone buzzed with a missed call from an unknown number. I stared at it. This isn't over, I said. I drove off, fear mixing with resolve. Whatever they buried, I told myself, I'm digging it up. My phone rang at 7:14 a.m. Unknown number, I muttered. Figures. I answered. Hello? Is this Ethan Blackwood? A calm male voice asked. I stiffened. Who's asking? My name is Jonathan Hale, he said. I'm an attorney. I laughed. Wrong number. You requested sealed adoption records, he said. That reached my desk. My stomach dropped. Why would a lawyer care? Because your biological father asked me to find you, he said. I swallowed. My father? Yes, he said. Richard Blackwood. My hand shook. Say that again. Richard Blackwood, he repeated. He passed away 3 weeks ago. I felt dizzy. I don't know that name. You do now, Jonathan said, and he knew yours. This sounds fake, I said. I don't have money. I'm not calling for money, he said. I'm calling because you're his son. I laughed, sharp and loud. That's impossible. I expected denial, he said. Can we meet? No, I said. Say what you want now. He paused. Some things require proof. Fine, I said. One meeting. We met in a quiet office downtown. You look like him, Jonathan said. I don't know him, I said, so don't say that. He nodded. Fair. I crossed my arms. Talk. He slid a photo across the desk. This is Richard Blackwood. I glanced once. So? Jonathan pushed another photo. This is you, age 3. My breath caught. Where did you get that? From him, Jonathan said. He kept everything. That doesn't prove anything, I said. He opened a folder. DNA results. I leaned back. I didn't agree to that. You didn't need to, he said. Your adoption agency did. My voice cracked. So, it's true. Yes, he said. I rubbed my face. Why didn't he raise me? He tried, Jonathan said. Then he failed, I snapped. Jonathan stayed calm. He hid you. From what? I asked. From power, he said. From enemies. I laughed bitterly. So instead, I got lies. He watched you, Jonathan said, from a distance. That's not love, I said. It was fear, he said. I stood. I'm done. Jonathan opened another folder. He left instructions. I don't care, I said. He named you sole heir, Jonathan said. I froze. Stop. Stop. He owned Blackwood Holdings, Jonathan continued, one of the largest private firms in the country. I laughed. You're insane. He slid financial documents forward. Read. I didn't touch them. I'm not rich. You are, he said, but you don't have to accept it. I sat slowly. Why me? Jonathan softened. Because you were his only child. Then why tell me now? I asked. He wanted you safe first, he said. Safe from what? I asked again. Jonathan hesitated. From family. My chest hurt. So I lose one family and inherit another? You inherit truth, he said. I shook my head. Truth feels cruel. He pushed a final item toward me. A letter. I'm not ready, I said. You don't have to read it today, he said. I stood. I need air. Jonathan said quietly, I'm sorry. I looked back. For what? For what he couldn't give you, he said. Outside, I sat in my car and stared at the steering wheel. A billionaire, I whispered. Funny. I didn't feel lucky. I felt hollow. He died without meeting me. My phone buzzed. A text from Jonathan read, I'll wait. I deleted it. Everyone waits too late, I said. I started the engine. Richard Blackwood, I whispered. You found me. I didn't smile. I drove away feeling abandoned again, carrying proof, money, and a name I wasn't ready to accept. Jonathan parked in front of a glass tower. This is Blackwood Holdings, he said. I stared up. It looks expensive. It is, he said. Try to breathe. I am breathing, I said. It just feels wrong. Inside, people walked fast. They're staring, I whispered. They're curious, Jonathan said. They're judging, I said. A man passed and murmured, That's him? I clenched my jaw. I don't belong here. You do, Jonathan said, legally. A woman whispered, He's young. Another replied, Too young. I stopped walking. They think I'm a joke. Jonathan leaned close. Let them. We entered a private elevator. My father worked here, I said. He built it, Jonathan said. The doors opened to a wide office. Wait here, he said. A woman stood by the window. So this is him, she said. Jonathan said, Ethan, this is Victoria Blackwood. She turned with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. Welcome, she said. I nodded. You're his wife. Widow, she corrected. Second.
I didn't know him, I said. She studied me. I can tell. Jonathan said, Victoria oversees operations. I keep things stable, she said. I don't want trouble, I said. Her smile tightened. Power creates trouble. I didn't ask for this, I said. No one does, she said. Yet here we are. Jonathan cleared his throat. Richard named Ethan sole heir. Victoria's eyes sharpened. That's impossible. I have the will, Jonathan said. She laughed softly. Richard changed his mind often. She stepped closer. He didn't this time, Jonathan said. Do you even understand what you're holding? I met her gaze. No. Ignorance can be managed. Good, she said. Jonathan frowned. Careful. Victoria smiled again. I meant protected. From what? I asked. From people like me, she said calmly. I swallowed. Why did he hide me? She glanced at Jonathan. He was afraid. Of you? I asked. Of everyone, she said. Jonathan added, internal threats. I laughed once. So I was safer poor. Victoria tilted her head. You were invisible. I had parents, I said. She said nothing. I looked around.
How much is this worth?
Jonathan answered, just over $1 billion. I waited to feel joy.
I feel nothing. Victoria said, money doesn't hug. It should have paid for my childhood, I said. She stiffened. Careful. I said, sorry. Jonathan said, you'll need orientation. Training, Victoria corrected. I don't want control, I said. She smiled. It's already yours. A man entered. Board members are waiting. Victoria said, they're eager. To see the mistake? I asked. She said, to see if you'll fail. Jonathan whispered, stand tall. I squared my shoulders. I'm trying. In the boardroom, faces turned. Good morning, someone said. I nodded. Hi. Whispers followed. That's him, the son. I sat. I didn't ask for your trust, I said. I'll earn it. Silence answered. Victoria watched me closely. Interesting, she said. After, Jonathan said, you did fine. I felt small, I said. That changes, he said. Victoria paused at the door. This world eats the weak, she said. I met her eyes. Then I'll learn to chew. She smiled thinly. We'll see. I left the tower dizzy. I don't want this, I said. Jonathan replied, you want truth. I looked back at the glass. Then I'll face it. Inside, something shifted. I wasn't powerful yet, but I wasn't invisible anymore. The boardroom felt colder each week. Any objections? I asked. A man cleared his throat. We need experience. Victoria smiled. He'll learn. I caught the tone. From mistakes? I asked. From consequences, she said. After the meeting, I followed voices down the hall. We can challenge the will, Victoria whispered. Another voice replied, quietly. I'll handle it, she said. He won't last. I stepped back, heart steady. So that's the plan. That night, Karen called. We should talk. I met them at a diner. David smiled too fast. You look successful. You look interested, I said. Karen reached for my hand. We worried about you. You kicked me out, I said. She laughed softly. Families fight. David said, we didn't know you'd be rich. I pulled my hand away. Now you do. Karen leaned in. We deserve help. For raising me? I asked. For loving you, she said. I stared. You called me a favor. David sighed. We were angry. Now you're greedy, I said. Karen frowned. That's cruel. Truth is cruel, I said. David said, we're still your parents. I stood. You stopped being that first. Karen whispered, think about it. I did, I said, every night in my car. I paid the bill and left. Goodbye. Outside, I felt lighter. I chose myself. The next morning, Jonathan said, meet Marcus. A tall man waited. I protected your father. I nodded. Teach me. He said, this isn't boxing. Good, I said. I hate punching. Marcus smiled. Power listens. He showed me rooms without windows. Talk here. He said, watch silence. I asked, what about fear? Use it, he said. At the office, Victoria greeted me sweetly. Rough night? Productive, I said. She paused. Careful. I smiled. Learning. Marcus watched from afar. She sees it. Let her, I said. That night, I reviewed files. This is war. Marcus said, then choose battles. I nodded. I won't strike first. He said, but be ready. I slept better, for once. The empire felt alive. Not money, I said. Power. And I was finally standing where I belonged. The headline hit me first. Heir declared mentally unfit, it read. Jonathan closed the tablet. Victoria filed this morning. I laughed. She didn't waste time. She claims manipulation, he said, and instability. I sleep fine, I said. Mostly. Jonathan leaned forward. This is serious. I know, I said. That's why she waited. In court, cameras flashed. Imposter! Someone shouted. I kept walking. Don't react, I whispered. Jonathan said, let them talk. Victoria stood calm. I only want truth, she said. I looked at her. You want control. She smiled. Same thing. The judge asked, Mr. Blackwood, are you fit? I answered, I'm learning. Victoria's lawyer smirked. That's not reassuring. Outside, Marcus muttered. She planned this. I know, I said. At the office, Jonathan slammed a file. We fight. With what? I asked. With time, he said. Marcus said, and proof. That night, Marcus knocked. I found something. He slid a drive over. Emails. I opened one. 2 years ago? Marcus nodded. She prepared early. She expected me, I said. She feared you, he said. I scrolled. Bribes, judges. Marcus whispered. If this leaks, she's done. I leaned back. Public ruin? Jonathan entered. Or quiet removal? I asked. Which would my father choose? Jonathan paused. He chose patience. I closed the laptop. Then so will I. The next hearing came. Victoria spoke softly. I worry for him. I met her eyes. I worry for you. Gasps followed. Order, the judge said. Jonathan whispered. We're close. After, Marcus said. She's nervous. I smiled. Good. Alone, I said. I'm not angry anymore.
The kid in me was gone. The air remained.
The room buzzed before I spoke. "Let's begin," I said. A shareholder muttered, "Finally." Jonathan stood. "Thank you for attending." Victoria sat straight, calm. "This is unnecessary," she said. Jonathan clicked the screen. "These are internal emails." Victoria smiled. "Fabricated." Jonathan replied, "Sent from your private account." I watched her jaw tighten. Jonathan said, "This shows bribery." A man gasped. "That's my signature." Jonathan nodded. "Purchased." Victoria laughed. "Ridiculous." Jonathan clicked again. "And this is conspiracy." She leaned forward. "Enough games." Jonathan said, "This document is signed by you." Silence fell. Victoria stood. "Richard forced me." I spoke. "My father is dead." She turned on me. "Because of stress." The room stirred. "Say that again," someone whispered. Jonathan said, "Please sit." Victoria shouted, "He hid his son." I said, "To protect me." She sneered. "From me?" I nodded. "Yes." Jonathan continued, "These payments began years ago." A woman asked, "Before Ethan arrived?" Jonathan said, "Yes." Victoria's voice shook. "I built this company." "You looted it," Jonathan said. Security stepped closer. Victoria laughed wildly. "You all believed him?" I said quietly, "I never asked you to." She pointed at me. "You stole my life." I answered, "You tried to steal mine." Jonathan said, "Board members, the vote." Hands rose. "Remove her." Victoria screamed, "Traitors." Security grabbed her arms. She looked at me. "This isn't over." I met her eyes. "It is." They dragged her out. "You'll regret this," she yelled. The door closed. No one spoke. I said, "Meeting adjourned." Applause started slow, then loud. I didn't clap. Outside, cameras flashed. "How do you feel?" I said, "Quiet." A reporter asked, "Is this revenge?" I answered, "It's truth." Another shouted, "You won." I shook my head. I survived. Jonathan said, "It's done." I exhaled. Finally. Marcus nodded. Clean. That night, headlines changed. Air vindicated. I stared at the screen. So fast. Marcus said, "Power shifts quick." I said, "I don't feel happy." Jonathan replied, "You feel free." I closed my eyes. She chose this. In the silence, I realized something. Revenge didn't thrill me. Justice didn't heal me, but it let me breathe. I stood in front of the grave and said, "I made it." The stone didn't answer, so I kept talking. "You hid me," I said, "and I hated you for it." I waited, then laughed softly. "I get it now," I said. Jonathan stood a few steps away. "You don't have to explain," he said. "I do," I replied. "I spent years angry at nothing." The wind moved the grass. "He never held me," I said. Jonathan nodded. He watched. "That's not the same," I said. "No," Jonathan said, but it was all he knew. I crouched and touched the cold stone. "You bought an empire," I said, "and lost a son." My throat tightened. "I won't repeat that," I said. Jonathan checked his phone. The board approved the closures. "Good," I said. Those factories hurt people. And the scholarships? He asked. Fully funded, I said. Adopted kids shouldn't feel erased. Jonathan smiled. He would approve. I shook my head. I'm not doing it for him. I know, Jonathan said. I stood again. I'm done being angry. The words felt true. What now? Jonathan asked. I looked at the grave. I live. We walked back to the car in silence. Inside, Jonathan said, you changed. I chose to, I said. That night, I signed papers. In that contract, I told the board. Done, they replied. I stared out the window. This fixes nothing. My phone buzzed. Jonathan texted, you okay? I typed, getting there. I remembered sleeping in my car. I remembered Karen's voice. I remembered feeling small. I'm not small anymore, I said. The empire waited for my decisions. Clean it, I said. Carefully, Jonathan replied. Always, I said. At the grave, I had left flowers. I realized something simple. Money builds walls, not arms. Power opens doors, not hearts. I whispered, goodbye, Richard.